Hello Flosstube, this is Amy Clarissa of Allegro Stitches. Today is July 7th, it's a Wednesday, about 9:30 in the morning. Getting a late start today, I've just been so busy. Last week was a little bit crazy. There hasn't been a lot of stitching, but I've gotten my ATCs done. So I want to show those to you along with some birthday happiness that I got for my birthday last week and a lot of scissor fobs. So let's get started. Wednesday was my birthday, but I have a note here that says show the two cards before Wednesday because they weren't done yet. So let's back up a couple of days and then we'll get to Wednesday. So the first card I have from last week that wasn't finished was the bug. I don't have the chart for this yet. It's on its way. It is from Hillside Samplings, a freebie from years ago, 98, I think. And I personalized it a little bit when I stitched the bug off center. So, oops, hopefully it looks intentional. Ladybug is charted in beautiful capital letters that don't fit above and below, didn't fit here. I just couldn't make it work, so I just stitched bug and 2021. And I think it's super cute the way it turned out. So, very happy with this one, just a white back, because, you know, one of these days I'll take time to stamp the backs. It's not this week. It's not this week. Okay, so since Wednesday was my birthday, on Tuesday evening I started getting birthday emails because most of you live in different time zones. And many of those are ahead of me. I live in the past for most of you. So the birthday emails that I was expecting on Wednesday started coming in on Tuesday night. So after soccer, when I checked my email, I had 4, I think, birthday emails already in. And one of them was from Lindy Stitches. And there was a free chart as well as a discount code, which I haven't used yet, in that particular email. And the design was much too big to fit on an ATC. But I took a little piece of that design and I just stitched that little piece. There's like a spool of thread down here. There's a little bird. There's a little corner motif. It's cute. It's very cute. And I did use, I think I used, no, I didn't. Never mind. The colors that were called for. No, I didn't. I was going to, and then I was out of 3716, so I ended up using 778. And this this flower really reminds me of a bag that I made. I think it was my first year making the ABC bags. Very, very similar. The same pink color, the same green. I think that's 471. A very, very similar style. It just really brings back memories every time I see this. And I did do a different kind of stamen. Just got the little bead there at the end. So how did I get that in there without hitting it with the machine? Well, actually, I stitched, when I put the layers together, I stitched this row first, and then I kind of opened it up and stitched these little embellishment things into it. And then I sewed it up on the other sides. It worked great. I was so pleased with how this turned out. This is how I envisioned it. I think I mentioned last week that I was planning on doing something like this. It turned out. And I wrote down which Mill Hill bead that is. When these get onto Instagram, it will say the colors, the beads, where I got stuff if I know, or what fabric it was if I know. They will be up soon. Soon. I've been so busy. Okay, this is also 14 count blue, vintage blue Ada, just like these first two were. The particular piece I have is from Hobby Lobby. You can get it other places. Someone sent it to me. We do not have Hobby Lobby here. And on my birthday, Sarah R. I've been pals with 3 different Sarahs. So all spelled the same, but they do have different last initials. So Sarah R. had worked with my sister to get me a flower, and I love potted plants so much more. And it worked out that it was a potted plant. And this looks so much like the plant she gave me. This is from Stitchonomy's Homely Houseplants version 2. And so I collected it as a free chart, and I changed the pot just a little bit. The biggest change here is for the color, because my sister put the plant in like an aqua pot. And so I changed the shape just a tiny bit, basically just changed the color. And then this was as called for, I think. Let me check my book here. It doesn't say I changed anything. So it's the plant, if you have this, or if you want to go get it, it's available on her Etsy. It's the one in the top corner right here. So this is not a free chart anymore. That's why it's so far back, because it is not free anymore. But it is a great, great chart. And that's what I used for my birthdays. Love how that turned out. Super cute. I do not like, random fact for me, about me for the day, I do not like going in and doing fill. It's hard to get my stitches to look nice. I would much rather stitch from the bottom up in rows or stitch from the center out. I don't like filling in. It's difficult and I don't like it. So filling in all this pink and purple, I did not like. Just going around and doing all the green and then doing this darker green, fine, great. I was making great progress on this. And then I had to go in and fill in the colors. It looks fantastic. There you go. Random fact about me for today. Do not like filling in. Starburst it out or stitch up. Do not like filling in. Moving on. Thursday, I actually, well, I didn't really stitch with Sarah R., but I spent some time with her. We hung out and we made scissor fobs. So I'll show you those in a second once I finish these ATCs. But the first one I did, and I've done a lot this weekend, but the first one I did was blue and white themed. And when I went to put a charm on it, I said, what should I put on this? And her daughter, Olivia, was there and said, butterfly. I said, well, actually, I do have a butterfly, and it's blue, so it would match well enough. I've used silver. The back is gold, but it probably doesn't matter. Let's put it on there. So we did, and I found this cute little butterfly the same day on Instagram. It is by Wild Violet Cross Stitch, and this can be a free chart. It can be a paid for chart. It's on her Gumroad. So it's pay what you want, basically. And it is the hand, so you can see the hand with the butterfly. I just used the butterfly off the top. What is this called? It doesn't say. Butterfly Landing on Victorian Hand is what my brain said it's called. I will link it. I don't know if that's the actual title, but I think it was released that same day. So it worked out great. And then the embellishments, Mom had handed me this little piece of trim. It was like this long. I just cut off what I needed. And then this little bow with the rosette is also from Sarah R. She sent that to me in my birthday box along with some other stuff. Should I show you? Yeah, I should show you. We'll get back to the cards. She sent me some floss. She sent me a couple of little quilt kits. Breaking order for my list. That's okay. Let's mix it up. She sent me the cabin, and the seller's also on Etsy. She got them from the shop in Oregon, but she is also on Etsy, and there's a whole bunch of them. If you're familiar with Row by Row, that was her Row by Row design for the year. So this is 2018. And then there's these additional ones you can buy to put around it, or I guess you could just do, some at the bottom or some at the top, or however you wanted to position them. You could do them all separately and have a set of mini quilts. You could probably just do one as a pillow. I'm thinking about doing that with the cabin. And then she got me the polar bear. And this is from the 2017 Row by Row. This was the center, and then the complementary designs around it. Both of the center designs are dog sled. So I would probably only pick one of those, but I'm thinking about ordering some more. We'll see if I stick with the pillows or if I make it a little bit bigger, because that's so cool. I love them so much. And it comes with, the exact fabrics, which is so much fun. I can't wait to do those on my spare time. She sent me some floss. She sent me some of these. Like, this isn't the only one. And then there's another style of little embellishments that I can use for something. Some music books that she'd come across. And theory books are exciting to me. They're probably not to you guys, but they are to me. I can't wait to use them this fall. And then she stitched me something for my birthday, and it's beautiful. By imaginating, as you may have guessed, she mounted it on this board of some sort, and look how perfectly the fabric goes with it. It's all rainbow. She said she got it as a kit and did it just as it was intended. So it's all stitching themed. We got back stitch and all the color numbers in there as well. There's the blue one right there. This one's a little bit hard to see, but it's not in real life. It shows up just fine. And it's really hard to read backwards. I heart to cross stitch is pretty obvious right there. Color. Yeah, so many cool things. And you've got your needle and thread and scissors. Should I show you my scissors next? Kind of be a good segue, wouldn't it? Floss. Oh, I just love reading everything in there. It's so, so pretty. Good thing I didn't hang this yet, or I would have forgotten to show it to you probably, because I do that. When my pals send me stuff, I put it up and then I forget to write a thank you and to show it on Flosstube and all of the things. I just start enjoying it and it just becomes part of the decor. So, okay, I'll show you a couple more ATCs. And I'll show you my 2 whips and all the scissors. Oh, this must be Fridays. Friday, my husband, well, I think it was Thursday night actually. My husband picked up a green canoe from his boss at work. It had a crack in it and maybe a little hole. I'm not exactly sure. It needed a little bit of TLC. It wasn't in terrible shape. But Friday, he ended up having off. And so we went and we bought life jackets and we got the last 2 oars from Walmart. And special stuff to fix the crack and the hole or whatever it was that needed fixed, and he painted it green. He had a can of green paint and it matches the inside, and we didn't end up using the canoe on Friday, but I stitched the green canoe because that same day Daily Cross Stitch had a freebie, which I don't think it's free now, but see this canoe with the little girl in it and the little waves? There we go. And I ended up doing like a starry night because on Friday I stitched for about 40 minutes in the morning with Stephanie from Little Lion Stitchery. And then I did all sorts of other things. And when it got to evening, I needed some stitching time. Just kind of like needed to wind down and have a little bit of time alone. But what happened instead was I was a responsible adult, and I decided to wash and take care of all the radishes that were in the sink. It was an entire sink full of radishes from the garden. So I did. I washed them, and shortly after, my eye was so red and swollen, and I could barely keep it open. I only got a few stitches in this that night because I could not see what I was doing. My eye was so painful that I ended up stitching most of this on Saturday because I just couldn't see. So eye drops, flushing it. I instantly took my contact out. Like, it didn't help at all. So I knew it wasn't my contact that was irritating it. It took about 2 days to get it fixed. Right before church Sunday evening, I went ahead and put it back in, and it's been fine ever since, but it'd been flushed like at least 3 times. We've put eye drops in at least twice, and then just given it time and not really done anything. So 40 minutes on Fairy Roses, I'll show her to you probably once a month because it was 40 minutes. It's not that big of progress. And I don't feel like putting up, here's what it looked like before. Here it is now, every week just for 40 minutes to an hour. It was 40 minutes because I was late. I completely forgot about the Sal being from 7 to 8 a.m. my time. Like I said, I live in the past. So I have an alarm for it now. I will not be late next week. So I'll see you at 7. So I just added some little beads and a charm, and now it looks like the scene was intended to be that way. Yeah, you all know the truth. So by the time I got that finished Saturday night, we'd been at my sister's all day, basically all day, for a 4th of July party, and we didn't get home till 9, so I stitched on that, finished the bow. It was row by row, so it was pretty quick. But I also need to do an ATC for Saturday. And ATC is artist trading card. I forgot to say that earlier. I think sometimes I forget completely. It's a 2.5 by 3.5 piece of art, basically. And I've been doing the cross stitch version, which, let's face it, it didn't exist in this kind of form before. Because the cross stitched versions prior were just little bits that were cut out and glued to your paper. Not quite the same. So I found these little quifish, as you may have guessed, from Highland Mer Blackwork. Almost said that backwards. On Facebook, they have all sorts of little backstitch designs, and put some artistic bubbles coming out of there because I don't really know how they would go, and I needed to get it done. So these are the same beads that were a night sky over here. Now they're fishy bubbles. I think I used 422 to make like little kind of gold tinted fish. This was super quick. Putting the beads on took as long as stitching the fish. Not quite. But when you don't know where the beads are going, you just kind of wing it. Because that's what I do. And then on Sunday, well, I finished all these cards for one thing, but I also stitched, before I finished, a flag in the shape of a cross. This was inspired by the Memorial Day cross, again from Daily Cross Stitch, but it goes backwards. The field of blue should be on the left, and it's on the right. So I wanted to do it like this way, you know, so the field was over here, and then the stripes came this way. Plus, this is a lot of stitching. So I was like, how can I shortcut this? Specialty stitches. We really should use more of them. I got this done in an hour. And I didn't really have a pattern because it's not the same. Not the same at all. So I used, I don't even know, a little star stitch on the blue. If I were to do this again, I would probably end it one sooner. But I like how the blue goes, you know, here, here. I got that from, this is the one thing I got from this chart. See how it goes here and then ends here. So I was kind of trying the same thing here and had it go from this point to this point, and then it just ended here. So the field is a little bit bigger than I would have liked, but I'm not taking it out. It's fine. So I've got that star type stitch. I don't know what it is. It's the one that has NX and then a plus. That one. Bunch of those. And then I used what I thought was going to be a rice stitch, and then I looked up rice stitch and it's like, no, that's completely different. So I don't know what it is, but it's the one that's supposed to be like a little short one, and then long, and then short. And I just kind of adapted it for the rows. So I did the short and then long until it got to the end of the row, and then I did the other short. There we go. And I thought about putting beads in here, but you can see the little bits of fabric wherever the stars meet. So I just left it. Very cool texture. I'm overall very happy with this one. It's a little bit wavy. I really tried to straighten the fabric on this one. Not like spend an hour. Probably an extra minute trying to straighten this one. And I think I got that one a little off. Not like it's going to move now that it's sewn down. But this fabric was like really warped, I guess you would say. I don't know how to describe it. I followed the lines to draw where I was going to finish it. And then when I was putting it onto my stabilizers, like I sewed around the top part, and this part was like way off. So I had to kind of pull it and then sew it down and remeasure, and it was kind of a pain. But in the extra minute I spent, it's basically straight, and flags can wave, so it's fine. It's fine. I do have the colors and stuff for that if you need them, but let's move on. For now, it will all be on Instagram too. Oh, and my Instagram is AmyClarissa_Allegro Stitches. That's for the Instagram all of these cards will be on. If you want to see shop stuff, it's just Allegro Stitches. 2 completely different accounts. And I'm not super good at posting all the stuff on Allegro Stitches. Well, let's face it, I pretty much only post the ABC bags because I would be constantly posting if I put everything on there, and I just don't have time. So I've got new art books going in, and kitted up pouches, needle minders. Sometimes I'll remember to post the needle minders. Sometimes I won't. The ABC bags, like I said, I'm pretty good at posting those, but all the other stuff, if you really want to know what's in the shop, it's Allegro Stitches on Etsy. You're on the Allegro Stitches channel right now on YouTube. It's the same everywhere. When I decided that name for my shop, I reserved that name everywhere. It's also Allegro Stitches in the email. Yeah, Allegro Stitches everywhere. Oh, and I did get your email, Stephanie. It's on the way. It should be there maybe today. Maybe you've already gotten it for your prize, the coffee art book and the needle minder. Okay, moving on. I'm getting so sidetracked today. Monday, we took the canoe out, and I do have the needle and thread on the back. I'll just ignore that. We took the canoe out, and we saw so many dragonflies. It was so much fun. Yeah, Daniel didn't, of course, want to go because he doesn't like to try new things, and he doesn't like water, and we said, you'll have so much fun, and so we made him go and wear his life jacket and all the things, and he was so upset until we got on the water, and he was like, this is so much fun, and he was having the time of his life. So, why did I pick a dragonfly? Well, we saw a bunch of dragonflies when we were out on the water, and most of them were the, full-size adults, dark, like black. I don't know what color they really were. They looked black, and they were everywhere. And then we saw this one little bitty baby one, like this size, in this great aqua color, and so I stitched him that evening for my ATC. How will I finish this? I'm not exactly sure. I will figure that out when I get there. I just marked. I mark a 3x4, and that shows me, where to stitch. It's going to be 2.5 by 3.5, so it gives me a little wiggle room in case something's not quite centered, or I'm like, oh, I'm going to put a ribbon here and here. Maybe I'll do that. And maybe the ribbon I put here ends up being wider than I'd planned on using, and so I need a little more space this way than I had planned originally, or I need a little more space at the bottom than I had originally planned. It gives me a little room for things like that, but it also lets me use small pieces. So that's what I'm doing, using small pieces. And that's why I stitched a dragonfly. That is also from Highland Mert Blackwork Facebook group. And then yesterday, if you're in the stitching community and you jumped on social media for any length of time, you probably saw that the stitching community lost Barb of Blackbird Designs on the 4th of July. So I've not stitched Blackbird before. It is not my favorite designer, but I felt the need to stitch some Blackbird in memory of Barb. And this is a freebie. I could go a little closer. So it's an old freebie. It's from 2002, but I picked the house instead of a heart. If you know me, you know I love hearts. It's my favorite shape by far. But I picked the house, not a house stitcher, but we went to my sister's house yesterday and recorded a scissor fob tutorial. And it decided to rain on us. It hasn't rained in like 2 weeks, but it decided to rain on us while we were filming. So that was fun. You'll get to see that on Friday. But since we went to my sister's house, I did the house, but it's Blackbird Designs because of Barb, or in memory of Barb, So this is the part of the house I stitched. Then, of course, it was starting to get late. And no, my roof didn't match up. Let's face it. It doesn't really match up here either. So it's fine. There's my house. And I think I'm going to do the, applique ground again, like I did with the sand for the turtle. And I think I did it as a grass under the swing set. That's what it was. So I think I'm going to do that here. I did give it a chimney. Forgot a couple stitches over there. It's fine. It's not like it looks like a real house anyway. And then the little bits here that are supposed to be stitched, I just did long stitches there because, it was bedtime and I needed to go to bed. I used the rest of my cocoa, I think it was Week Styworks, here in the windows and the door, and then I ran out. So I just grabbed the closest match. I should write that down. I don't think I wrote that down. 3862, I think it was, and stitched the rest of the house. And then I left the space open intentionally. There's a star here on the chart. It's by Blackbird. So I'm almost 100% positive I have a little bird charm that I'm planning on putting there. And there we go. In memory of my sister's house to record the scissor fob tutorial and for Barb of Blackbird Designs. Thought that worked out nicely. So those need finish now. I've always got ATCs that need finish. So what were we recording? Well, scissor fob tutorial, like I said. The beaded scissor fob. So I've made a couple of these in the past. I've made a lot more in the past week. That's what I thought. My lighting's weird. Well, we'll see how this works. Like, a lot more. So, I have one in here that was a previous pair you have seen before, and I'll let you know when I get to the pairs that I recorded in the tutorial. Here's the old pair. Let's see if we can get the light to work with us. There we go. So, you might remember this one. I got the pair of scissors from Threads Entwined, and then, excuse me, I had gotten a string of green beads and a string of red beads from Joann's on their Memorial Day sale, I think it was, and put them together. So I have two very similar fobs and then two Christmas themed scissors. So what else have I made? Well, Thursday with Sarah, I made fobs. Friday, I made fobs before my, eye acted up. And then I made two more yesterday. I saved two because I was running out of beads. I was running out of scissors. I only had two crimp beads left. So here, this teeny tiny one that you don't even notice, and up here as well. It's under the charm. You don't notice it there either. I'll watch the tutorial to see more closely what I am referring to. Or if you have a bead background, you probably know the crimp tubes or crimp beads. Yeah, I only had two left. So I had to save my last two pairs for the tutorial. That's why they didn't get made till yesterday. So I've got this pair. Gotta keep going. Stop talking. Keep showing the scissors, because there's a lot. I ended up with 3 of these garden pairs in all of my Amazon buying. This one does not have a match. It's got a bee on it. So this pair is different. Some of them are Walmart beads. I don't even know where all the beads are from. Most of my beads are from Joann's and Michael's, because those are my craft stores. But I also have some Walmart beads, and I might have beads from other places. I don't know. I don't have that many beads. So I'm guessing probably like 90% are from Michael's and Joann's. But there could be some stragglers in there. You never know. This one was heavily inspired by the Christmas pair that I showed first. They need to make these in other colors. Sarah R. and I were talking. They need to make black. Red would be nice. Yellow would be fun. Orange. I have not used orange. Why do they have orange? They should make yellow instead. There's another Walmart bead. White. White would be nice. I don't have white. Maybe some gray. This is the kind where you don't need the crimp. I show both in the tutorial. Yeah. We could help them design new point protectors. We definitely could. There's another Walmart bead. I found some packs of beads. Ooh, it's been a while. Maybe even before I was stitching. This one has an exact match. There's a second. So this one matches this one right here. These scissors came as a set. These fobs are the same beads, but I put different spacers in there and it makes it look different. So different spacers, and then they have a different color end. It's the same charm, same everything else, but they look different because of the spacers. Isn't that fun? Okay, so at Walmart, I don't think I was stitching yet. I just found these little bags of clearance beads. They were like 10 cents a pack. And so I just bought the colors I liked, thought I might use, had interesting beads in them. I'm not even sure. It's been a while. And I just bought a few. These green ones were in there. I think most all of these were in there. Oh, I have some dollar store beads. We don't have a dollar store either. But every time I go, we call it outside the state. It's kind of a big deal to leave the state. We have a huge state. I go to the dollar store. And so all the little pearly beads that you see, or most of them, there we go, are from the dollar store. This is one from the tutorial. See the little angel? I show you how to do that. And this is from the strand of beads. The other one in the tutorial is right here. I used a charm from, the charms from Amazon, same place as the moon from earlier. And this was a pre-strung, wiry set. So there's no crimp. You just attach things with jump rings, and it's very, very simple. The 2 pairs of scissors I used for the tutorial are both from Cut Sharp, so that's probably the shop I will link for scissors. I might link some Amazon ones as well. Yeah, I have like nothing for green. This was the only green thing I could find. I don't know if I absolutely love it, but I say that every time and I never change it, so I don't know, it might stay. Thankfully I had these dark bluey colored beads because I have one, and you already saw it, true blue bead. They're all aqua or that dark midnight color. Let's put the year on this one. This was heavily influenced by the scissor fob that Sarah made with her rainbow stork scissors. So kind of stole the idea on that one. If you want to copy any of mine directly, feel free. I don't care. Another Amazon charm. This is a really cool unicorn. I just thought it looked cool. And I love this pair of scissors. This pair is available on Amazon all by itself. It's about $7. I got it in a set of 6 pairs for probably 12 something. This one was hard because I didn't have any beads that color. I didn't have an end piece that was that color. I was having trouble finding a charm that was that color. It was just hard. But most of these I just used my own string of beads for. Came up with it all by myself. Ooh, I like this one. With the green and the pink. The green are Walmart beads. The pink was a strand from Joann's. The spacers are probably from Joann's. The pearls could have been from Walmart. They could have been from the Dollar Tree. This I know is from Joann's. Probably Hildy and Joe pack. And I don't know which ends are from which place. The Amazon ends and, look, there's the butterfly pair I was telling you about. The Amazon ends and the Lori Holt ends are almost exactly the same. So this one also was influenced by the Christmas pair. Oh, look, I guess I do have some blue beads. That must be the only shape because I never used them again. And there's the blue butterfly. Like I said, he's got a gold back, but still very, very pretty. And I'll always think of Olivia and Sarah when I see that pair. So yeah, more details in the tutorial about selecting the ends and putting them together, choosing a charm, finding the clasp, all those things. But that's all the pairs I have to show you right now. It's a lot. Hopefully it's enough to go in all my project bags and I will never be at soccer or any other place where I'm trying to stitch without scissors again. Been so excited to show these so that I can use them. It's really sad. That's pretty much it. I've got, oh no, I have my whips. I've got 2 things that I worked on this week. I worked on this dragonfly piece. I worked at it my son's soccer game, so there we go. Needle minder that reminds me of my son. I'm making some good progress on this thing because I was going to start the Dogs of Disney Tramp, dog number 2, right? I was dying to start Tramp. And I had everything with me, made sure I brought the chart this time because I didn't have the chart on Thursday. So I brought the chart and I thought I had all the things. Yeah, I must have swiped the needle to do an ATC because I had all the things except a needle. Could have gotten by without scissors. Can't get by without the needles. So I worked on the dragonfly a couple times. Tuesday and Thursday. I worked on fairy roses showed you last week. I'll show you again at the end of the month. That was only 40 minutes. But the other thing I worked on for Saturday at my sister's house was All American. This was on 10 count fabric. So my eye was starting to open. Like, it was still red, it was still angry, but it wasn't quite as swollen and it wasn't closed. Starting to improve. I wore sunglasses all day. Maybe you can tell, but I made some progress. This was 10 count, so it wasn't hard on my eyes, and I just made a mess, it looks like. What did I do here? Okay, so that's from the USA, and then, oh, that's from red, over here, red. When I move the Q-snap, I'll need that. It's kind of a pain to start and stop with 6 strands, but, you know, it's fine. I've got this blue coming from Brave. Again, ran into the Q-snap. The white from Anne ran into the Q-snap. So I was working up here on Saturday when we went home, it looks like, because that's where my needle is. So it's coming along really, really nicely. Maybe I'll have a finish for Labor Day. And I have 2 needle minders on there because I don't even know. I just do. I like them both. So, and I have enough needle minders that I can have 2 on a project. It's okay. They're so easy to make and gift, and they're lovely. So I have enough for that. The only other thing I have to show you is a couple more birthday things, and the piece that Sarah L sent me for July, which I have now buried. That was very silly. Why did you do that? Okay, so the piece Sarah L sent me, I showed you the one she sent me for my birthday, but since it's July, I also have this from her. Isn't that cute? And she finished it off with a piece of felt. I think this is one of those like pre-stretched canvases that you can get. She sent this ribbon with it, so I just pinned that on there. It's so cute. I have a special spot downstairs where I always put the stuff that she sent me. My birthday bear is still up, but since my birthday was a week ago, I'll be trading it for this today. Very sweet. I don't know where she got the pattern or what color she used or anything like that. She just sends me the piece, and I will enjoy that for the month of July. On Stash Unloading, I found hydrangea from Mrs. Sadist. I've been eyeing this online, her Etsy shop, for a while. So I finally took the heart off because she also had the remains of a Milho kit, which, look how she sorted her floss. I love her already. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she put the needles back in here, extra beads, all that stuff. Basically could stitch it again, probably. If I need a few beads, I think I have some beads. Oh, I also got some beads. Oops, I just put those away. I was putting floss away Monday. I think it was Monday. And I had all the colors that Sarah had sent me. All the leftover stuff's in there. So happy to get those. So I was putting all the floss away that Sarah had sent me. I picked up new colors on Thursday since we were in town for practice. And I had all those to put away. I had the Hello July, Hello August colors from last week to put away. I had all the stuff to put away. And so they got put away and I forgot. It was 6 regular size bead packs and 6 minis for $10, something like that. And they were all like golds and purples and blues and pinks, and they were gorgeous. Mom sent me some stuff for my birthday. Oh, we had a lovely lunch. Did I tell you about Wednesday? That's when I got the plant, and Mom had made a special lunch for us and a really fun dessert, and we just sat and talked for a while. Then we did some sewing together. It was really, really nice. In my notes for Wednesday, I have sewing. Didn't do any stitching. But it was really fun. I didn't quite finish the project. I really need to. I was going to bring it home and finish it that night. That didn't happen. Still haven't touched it. But it was really fun to hang out with Mom. And I got a couple gifts from her. I got some chocolates and this really cool HOME. They're like those thick wood blocks. And so they stand all by themselves. And the O isn't really an O. It's like those welcome signs that I've seen. Was it Priscilla and Chelsea? Who was it? I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe I just saw it like on Instagram or something. And it says welcome, but you can change the O to be a pumpkin or a sunflower or whatever. It's the same kind of thing, but it's the blocks, the thick wood blocks. And so right now I have the O that's a star. And it's, the corner that's the field of blue with the stars and then stripes for the rest of the star. And there's a really pretty butterfly. There's a super cute pumpkin. And if you reverse him, he's a happy jack-o'-lantern. So cute. There's an adorable snowman with a hat and scarf and some 3D elements on it. The turkey is adorable. There's one for every month, I think. Or almost every month. But they're super cute. And Daniel loved putting it up with me. So he will enjoy changing that, I'm sure. Feels like... Oh, there was a metal turtle thing that I put in the bathroom because that's where I put all my turtle stuff. There may have been something else, Mom. I forget. I'm sorry. Oh, a table runner. It's Christmas themed, but I don't have any other big events until Christmas. So if she gave me that at Christmas, it would be too late. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. So I will be using that, but not till later. Maybe I'll show you later if I feel like showing you my decor. And then my husband gave me the summer Solstice box from Be Stitch Me. My sister sent me a $25 card for 123 Stitch that I have yet to use. It was a very, very nice birthday. I was kind of dreading it, golden birthday, but I mean, it's better than the alternative, right? So I did put the silks away from the box because I was putting things away. All the threads, all the beads, all of the stuff. Oh, you know what else adds up? All the threads for these things. Yeah. So those got put away too. All the threads got put away. I remember to save the fabrics from the Be Stitch Me box. So I'll show those as kind of haul from my husband. Birthday happiness. They're beautiful. Very subtle. Is in this punch. I got the 32 Lugana quarter yards. Aegean. They're very, very pretty. If I had gotten either the deluxe or the epic box, I probably would have gotten one of my own products. I don't know that for sure, but I did a wholesale order for Brandy earlier this year for the summer box, and I know that Ambry Stitches. Becca found one in her box, one of my art books. So that was super fun. I forgot to give you these names. This was Marine, and the sandy colored one was called Wet Sand. Imagine that. The silks were beautiful. There's a chart that came with it down here for use of all of your silks. I'm never going to stitch that, let's be honest. I am not a beachy person. These are gorgeous. I can totally use them for other things. You don't just see them go, the beach. I see how they were beach inspired, but I'm never going to use this. So I will send this to Sarah after I match up with some DMC colors so that she can stitch it with the threads she has. So now I need to put these away. I got the Black Needle Society Night Garden box, which you've probably seen an unboxing for if you were interested in that. And that's it. I made this 42 minutes. How did I do that? I must be very chatty today. Oops. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I did have a really nice birthday. Very busy week. So not a whole lot of stitching, but I did get the ATCs done. And my eye is better now. So, see? White. My son would come up to me like, oh, Mommy, I think you need some eye drops. It doesn't look so good. Thanks, bud. He was adorable. Very compassionate. So that's it for now. I've got lots of shop stuff to do. And 10:15. Yep, I got to get to it. So enjoy the scissor fob tutorial on Friday morning. And I'll see you again for a regular Flosstube next Wednesday. Take care. See you soon.